Hi all, welcome to today's live market opening report. So if you have listened to our yesterday opening report and moreover the closing report, this is what we've been expecting. Looking at all the things against all the odds, market has gap up and was sustaining. Even Nifty was up 200 points, Bank Nifty was up almost 430 to 440 points, so both were up 1.2%, and moreover India which has cooled down. This is against all the odds of market gapping down yesterday and even the data points. This is what I was saying. Whenever you wanted to short, don't short at the support. Wait for some retracement. So if you ask me now what to be done from here on. So if you look at the last 3 to 4 days price action, how it has happened. So yesterday it was a gap down, and tomorrow it has nullified that gap down, and moreover it has gone to the previous day price action. So from that point of view, so Nifty 2 days back the close was around 17,170. So now exactly residing at that place. So if you ask me, yes, looking at an iron time frame, but locally are the very lower time frame is slightly bullish in action. So just need to confirm some data. Maybe we just need to see around 10 a.m. then we can conclude about whether this is a good point to short, because right now I do not want to take any views because as the unwinding will be happening in the either on the call side or if the put is going to be like written. So we just need to see. Moreover, after 10 a.m. we can consolidate. But what I feel is from here on the cushion for the longs is not huge. So if at all, if I'm going to like place my level, so where and all I can do is for the Nifty I'm expecting 17,200 to 250 zone as my right now. Just don't even looking at the data point of view, just now I'm fixing my spot as 17,200 to 17,250 as my jump in as a seller zone, but not for the intraday. But to be frank, for the next 2 to 3 days view, I'm expecting from there either a consolidation may happen or a kind of reversal back towards the yesterday close. So this is what my view is. And even if you're looking at Bank Nifty, yes, Bank Nifty is just rolling in between the yesterday high and previous day high. So that means if you look at Bank Nifty point of view, 36,650 is going to be the key level for further deciding the up move. So around that place there might be some consolidation happening. Looking at the price action, so first 15 to 20 minutes price action seems to be like gap up and was sustaining. So we just need to see how this is going to get held up. But only thing was the Nifty was good. Like yesterday Nifty was not even showing any kind of positiveness or the strength in the move. But if you look at today's move, so actually it has captured the entire day. Seems like if at all, if somebody is looking at daily chart, there is something called island reversal, but it is in the formation. We don't know if this gap up is going to get sustained. Then obviously on a daily chart, if you look at the Nifty, then obviously it seems to be like an daily reversal, kind of island reversal. It's called island reversal, but these kind of setups are only like book based stuff. If you wanted to trade these kind of stuff, then obviously your risk will be this much. So always ensure that you don't take that much risk in mind. So and moreover, looking at yesterday institutional flow, so if you see FIA was sold around 30 almost 3,300 crore, and DA bought for 1,800 around. Still if you see today price action, just ignoring that yesterday closing basis, the FIA was like total institutional outflow seems to be like almost 1,600 outflow was there. So looking at all these things against all odds, market has moved that much. So this is what we've been discussing in our yesterday reports also. Like as volatility is increasing, so you may get a always little higher move in the reversal trend direction. That means when the higher time frame says it's a sell, then obviously the pullback or the throwback will be little heavy. This is what I've been warning you for the last 2-3 days, assuming that this is the last week of the month. So even if you wanted to take that kind of trades, maybe now you can think about, but thing is just need to see. So if somebody wanted to have a kind of short view, then just wait for the first 15 minutes low to be broken, because if you wanted to go in as the price shows the weakness, then that is the place, or else wait for my level. So for the Bank Nifty, my level seems to be like somewhere around 17,200 to 250 zone, and if at all from there where my stop loss could be is like 17,320. So for a 60 to 70 point I can take that risk, but I will either wait for that level or whatever it has opened now. So that price has to be shown some kind of pressure. Otherwise, don't jump into short. So from here on, I don't prefer long, because if you would have taken long at the day's low of yesterday, looking at the market retesting the support, and moreover there is a positive divergence, and in the first 2 15 minutes of the yesterday candle seems to be like having the bullish price action. So that is the place when you need to be taking long, not now. And if at all, if you wanted to take shorts also, ensure that you have a tight risk management in control, and then think about it. And looking at India VIX, it is now almost whatever it has risen, like it has rise almost 15.8% yesterday, and moreover half of it has cooled down. And moreover, I think last 2-3 days there was no decay in the options. So now because of this up move, and as the volatility is getting subdued, so whenever there is a fall, always there will be kind of fear, and that will reflect in India VIX. And moreover, now this bounce has happened, so that means what, the volatility is little cooling off, and moreover on the rise. When the market is rising, even still the OTM calls is going to get cooled in terms of decay. So whatever it has not happened for the last 2-3 days, it is going to compensate in terms of call decay. So because even if you look at yesterday, when the market was coming down, even the calls premium were not decaying fast. So if you look at in that aspect, so as an option buyer, don't do anything thinking like this is the place where to go long and all. So so from this is what my total consolidation view is. Again, so wait for again a higher level, and then because I was saying wait for previous day high, so that high has already taken out by the market, either in the Nifty or in the Bank Nifty, both way it is already trading about day's high. So what I generally take is last 3-day high, I always consolidate and try to keep as my kind of supply zone. If you understand there is a price action happening, you can always identify the supply zone. Otherwise, bluntly you can think about last 3 to 4 trading session highs. Whenever those highs are overlapping around the zone, so that zone you can treat it as kind of supply and demand. So for me, it seems to be like that is a place where market can just take a breather in terms of, so from yesterday low, if you consider what is the throwback for the Bank Nifty, it's almost 1000 point, right? So yesterday low was around 35,438, and now we are looking at the market at 36,500. So with all the odds, market has up 1000 points against a trend. This is what I generally mean by whenever you are doing option strategies, the high VIX environment, ensure that there is a throwback and don't get killed in the throwback. So this is what my general saying is. So if you are a seller, then wait for this level, because this is the place where you can think about taking a kind of short opportunities, but risk and tight control. So this is what I generally mean. So for me, this is the place where we can think in about as a seller in case if you are doing strategies. But if you are trading as a future trader, wait for the price to show some kind of pressure for the whatever it has opened up. So for that reason, I will ask people to wait for at least first 15 minutes low to break both in the Nifty and Bank Nifty, then think about kind of jumping into the futures. Otherwise, if you are trading in strategies, then for me this is the place, almost 36,500 to 650 zone in Bank Nifty is the best place, because I have been saying from the last 2 days. So whenever this level is going to come, I might jump in as a seller. So I have started my positioning. Maybe after looking at 10 o'clock data, then I will have little higher positions at those levels. And Nifty, I said 17,200 to 250 is the place. Even 170 is the good place, but don't think about shorting it with the naked futures, or don't do either buying or naked selling. Try to have option strategies, so that better risk and reward management, and moreover the probability of winning can be increased even though your view can go wrong. So that is the key point here. So from here on, I am expecting at least market to show some kind of exhaustion. So whatever it has happened, so this 1000 point move has happened in Bank Nifty against all the odds of the data point of view. So there I think like sellers will come and say, okay, enough, this rise is enough, just stay there or go to the yesterday close. This is what my style of looking at the market seems to be there. But if at all, if there is a dip towards yesterday close, then people looking at there is, because structurally if you look at least 15 minutes chart, then it started forming a little higher high, higher low formation. So if there is a dip towards day's low close, then in a short time frame you can think about going long, but again around that closing place. If at all, if there is a dip, because that is where you can keep your tighter stop loss in terms of going long, with the logic of on lower time frame, market has started showing higher high, higher low pattern. So that is what my suggestion would be. Like if in case if you wanted to go long here, then obviously look at the swing point where you need to keep the stop loss. Will you take that much risk? And regarding if the target is only 200 to 300 points in terms of bank nifty from here on, would you take almost 800 points risk? So you decide on your own, looking at all the phenomena. And moreover, around 10:30 just see, and if after 10:30 if the high is whatever high has made in the market, if sustaining about that high, then that means look at the data. So from the data perspective, they have negotiated the yesterday's bearishness move, so that you can get confirmed around 10:30 to 11 o'clock if still market is trading above whatever the opening has happened, and if it is trying to sustain above that level. If you have an idea about just looking at the data, look at the data and just get a confirmation, then you can either increase your like quantity or decrease your quantity in terms of building this whatever resistance I am speaking about. So that is how I am going to plan my trade today. And obviously again, as a novice trader or newbie trader, I would suggest people to next 2-3 days be beware of that fact that stay cautious, and there might be a kind of a good volatility can come in. See, volatility, I mean, it is not only in the down direction. This is what I was saying. Trend was clear sell for the last 2-3 days, and against all the odds of data, whatever it is confirming, it has given a throwback. So this is what volatility is. So generally people get killed in this kind of moves because late people who are selling as the day low brokes or the swing low brokes, so they couldn't even keep this kind of cushion in their trades either by the strategies. But if somebody is who is selling negative future, then gone is the case for them. So what I generally feel is, so from here on, I think looking at the Nifty chart, looking at the 15 minutes, I sense there is some kind of pressure in the market. But please ensure that if this high, whatever has happened till 946, if this is going to be taken out, don't think about shorting the market if you are a newbie. This is what I am seeing. So price wise, I am seeing some kind of exhaustion is there. But if at all, after seeing the exhaustion, if the market is going to sustain above whatever the highs we have seen for the day, then don't think about shorting as either a newbie or even if you are a pro trader, like even ensuring that you wanted to have a good risk reward control, then don't do it, because market can give again. Market always, people say it is an irrational, so against all the odds it can move like anything. So be prepared to have that cushion on your side. So from my side, I am just stating, so from here on market can go at least another 0.5%. So in terms of percentage, I feel like another 0.5% is the cushion where it can go. But from there, I expect market to touch either yesterday's close, maybe not just today, but maybe on a next 2 days context. I am feeling like it is going to test the lows, and at that time, if you are a lower time frame trader, look for opportunities to go long based on the lower time frame reversal has happened. Okay, so this is what my outcome or my conclusion for the day, looking at the first 30 minutes of whatever trading has happened. Maybe we will just review at the end of the day and see how this is going to pan out. And moreover, if at all around 10:30, in case if I get a confirmation from the data point of view, if I am going to add little more positions, be part of our Telegram channel, where I will be updating what is my position sizing, what I am trying to do. So in case if you are looking for how to join, there is a description below this video where you have an Zebu School Telegram channel. Please be part of it and try to have the learnings from it. So hope you enjoyed watching today's video. Thanks for watching. Signing off, Damodharan.